didn't change my annual backyard party plans for my boyfriend and his kids. I've thrown the same end of summer party for 6 years straight. Same neighbors, same backyard, same setup. Adults hang out until late, kids run around until they crash. Then around 10 I walk mine inside to bed and come back out to finish the night with everyone else. This year I invited Nathan, my boyfriend of 6 months, and his 2 kids, Grace who's 7, and Milo who's 5. My own kids are Owen, 10, and Nora 6. I figured it was time to blend things a little. I told him the plan exactly like I always run it. My house sits right off the backyard, so once the kids are down I've got a baby monitor app running from my phone to the hallway camera, and both of mine know to call me if anything's wrong. Nathan said no. He said Grace and Milo had never slept at my place before and he wasn't comfortable putting them to bed there while he stayed outside with me, or going up with them while I partied without him. He wanted them all at his place, or all not going. I told him that was completely fine. I wasn't going to force it. Guests come if the setup works for them, and if it doesn't, they skip it. No hard feelings. That's what I said, calm as anything, standing in my kitchen holding a bag of ice. Nathan didn't take it that way. He said if that's how it worked, then him and his kids weren't actually welcome at my party at all. They were just welcome to watch from the sidelines while I did my own thing. I told him that wasn't fair. This tradition existed 4 years before I even met him. He said I should have just left with him and the kids at bedtime instead of going back outside. I told him nobody in 6 years of doing this has ever asked me to end my own party early, and he was the first. We didn't resolve it. He didn't come. I threw the party anyway, on the Saturday like always, with my neighbors Diane and Paul from next door, the Kowalski family from across the street, about 20 people total, string lights, a folding table full of food, my speaker playing whatever Owen picked that week. Nora fell asleep in a lawn chair around 9:30, with barbecue sauce still on her chin. I carried her in myself. Owen walked in on his own steam, complaining he wasn't tired, and I got them both settled by 9:50. I checked the monitor twice before I went back out, and again around 11. Didn't call Nathan the whole night. I was hosting. I was flipping burgers and refilling the cooler, and breaking up an argument between Paul and his brother-in-law about a fence line. My phone stayed in my back pocket on silent. I saw 2 missed calls from him around 10:30 and figured I'd call back in the morning. I called him around 9 the next day. He picked up on the first ring and didn't even say hello. Just, so that's how it is. You can't spare 5 minutes for me, but you can run a whole party. I apologized, said I got busy hosting, and asked what he'd been doing instead since he skipped it. He got quiet for a second too long. Then he said he took the kids to their moms early and grabbed dinner on his own. Something about the way he said on his own didn't sit right, so I asked, on your own where? He said just a place near her house. No big deal. I let it go, mostly because I didn't want another fight on top of the one we already had. 2 days later, Diane texted me a photo from her sister's birthday dinner downtown, at the same restaurant she always drags me to on my birthday. In the background, blurry but unmistakable, was Nathan sitting across from a woman I recognized from his phone lock screen, his ex-wife, holding hands over the table. I called him immediately. He answered defensive before I even said anything, said it wasn't what it looked like, they were just talking about the kids, catching up. I asked why he'd rather sit at dinner with his ex than bring his kids to my house for one night. He didn't have an answer that made sense. He said something about how it felt safer, more comfortable, familiar, and I realized he wasn't talking about his kids at all anymore. I told him to come get the sweatshirt he'd left at my place, and to leave his key on the counter on his way out. He tried to argue that I was overreacting over one dinner. I said the dinner wasn't the problem. The 6 months of choosing her over showing up for me was. He stood in my driveway for a minute after I opened the door, like he expected me to change my mind. I didn't say anything else. I just watched him drive off, then went back inside and started planning next year's party without him on the guest list. I'm moving to Spotify. Search TurtStories and follow.